I'm Kevin Keenan, Creative Director of Glendalough Distillery. I did visual communications in college, which was essentially graphic design with a slight business slant on it. I left that and did corporate design, so very much graphic design for annual reports, all that kind of stuff. I kind of moved into marketing, below the line, through the line, stuff like that. Ended up in advertising and branding, and the last probably 10 years of that, a good chunk of it was drinks branding. Beers like Budweiser, Carlsberg, Heineken, all those, the usual suspects. So yeah, I'd veered into drinks land and then veered completely into drinks land to start my own one. Glendalough was 2011, so it's 8 years now. We're still learning, but I feel like the first 4 or 5 years we did a lot of things the real hard way because everything you're doing is for the first time. So the last few years it's starting to feel a bit more like we've got a good handle on it. There was 5 of us that started up. We'd kind of meet up and talk about whiskey and maybe starting our own. We'd done it a lot. Eventually we kind of put our money where our mouth was. 2 of the lads were drinks analysts in a stockbrokers. 2 of us were in ad agencies, one on the suit side, one on the creative side, and another guy, the 5th guy was a sales guy for another whiskey company. So we all kind of had different skill sets to bring to the table to kind of make up the whole. Probably spent 4 or 5 years working weekends and nights in Glendalough before I went full-time into the business. My average day, it varies a lot. It could be deciding how we're going to bottle something. It could literally be testing casks. So it's quite varied. You know, we cross over a lot. I could be doing marketing strategy at some point, or I could be working on production end, or, you know, we're switching on new stills at the moment, so it's all hands on deck to get that stuff going. It's not as sit at the desk and think about briefs as it used to be, you know. We always started from day one, we wanted to build an iconic global brand. We're starting to get there. We're in 40 odd countries now across 3 continents. We're starting to get a foothold and we're starting to see the beginnings of what could be a globally iconic brand. A measure of how creative something is how well it's doing. And I suppose we launched new products, a rose gin, in Miami and LA last week at the same time. So that for me was a good signal of the brand that I created is working. Having said that, I don't really have a lot of time to be proud because you're kind of onto the next thing and growing it more and doing the next thing. So yeah, I don't like to rest on the laurels either.